Hello, friends. How's everyone doing today?
I like that
Hello.
you don't say hello to us before you say hello to ExpressVPN. It's a bit rude.
Well, they're paying me. You aren't.
Yeah, but we've known each other for years.
If you wanna Apple Pay me something right now, we can redo the intro.
Guys, if I Apple paid you 20 cents, would you introduce me first next time?
20 cents. Oh, Gavin, how much for you to be introduced first?
A whole $1.
Oh, what do you got there for that, Barbara?
$1.01.
Guys,
I want to throw my bid
I'm-
in. I'll move your refrigerator and vacuum behind it.
Yo, that's priceless.
Why do you offer that? Did you have to move your fridge and vacuum? That's a weird offer to make.
I know, but it's something I'm uniquely qualified in this group for.
We were just before the podcast talking about what Blaine's maximum strength basically is. And
He's about a
found out
16,
that
I think.
you could leg press, what was it, 900 up to 900, you think, pounds?
I'm trying to use a reference for when I was a kid and I was first getting into shape. I was able to put up like 600 some on leg press at least. And my legs were a lot weaker than they are now. So I'm not sure. I am not saying that I have leg pressed 1,000 pounds in recently, but
What's that, like half a ton?
yes.
Let me do the
How mu-
math.
how-
Yes.
I don't know. I'm not metric. I don't. What is the?
You're not metric? We are?
I'm like, why? No, I mean like like a metric ton is
What'd you
what
call
I
me?
know, but I don't know. England
But
uses both.
you've lived here for 8 years.
I don't really deal with tons a lot.
You don't
when
deal
I'm
with them a
buying
ton?
food. Not a ton.
Hey, what's your thermostat set to? Is it Fahrenheit or Celsius?
Yeah, it's Fahrenheit.
Is it Fahrenheit or Celsius? Yeah,
Well, I live with an American.
you do. Mine's Fahrenheit. I've always done Fahrenheit for my thermostat, even when I lived in Canada. I think
Is that
it's a
because
little
of
more
your parents? Are
No,
they, like,
I mean they're
pre-Celsius?
Canadian.
No.
What was the question?
No, I mean they might be old enough to remember the pre-Celsius times.
Oh, I mean I'm sure they do, but I guess it's like when you're doing body temperature, it makes more sense to do Fahrenheit because your body's
'Cause
a
it's
little
more
bit
accurate?
more temperate. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess you could do like decimals
Sure.
and stuff for Celsius.
Yeah,
Like
I
the
mean,
difference to me between 72 and 73 is drastic. I don't know about you guys.
How many stones can you leg press, Blaine?
It's 14 pounds a stone.
Eric was asking. Well, it depends on how heavy the stones are. Eric was asking me if he was caught under a 900-pound boulder, if I could get him out, and I think I could if there was something that I had like something to leverage the weight against. So like if I was like up against a wall, and I could put my back on it, and then I could just go like.
Otherwise, you'd slide away.
There he goes.
Yeah, because if it's like if it's just like a flat surface, then he's fucked.
I did that recently. I moved my bed to change a light bulb, and when I
What?
tried to push it, what?
You moved a bed to change a light bulb?
Where's this light bulb?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
No, it
'cause I-
doesn't. Where's
I
the
don't
light
wanna-
bulb?
Above the bed. I don't want to put a ladder on the bed. What do you mean?
Oh, so you moved
Okay,
the-
okay.
Right. So I moved the bed out.
Oh, I was like,
I don't
why
understand
don't
why
you
this is
stand on your
confusing.
bed? I thought you could just stand on your bed to change light bulb, but I guess if it's like somewhat taller, or I don't know.
No,
I
it was- it
thought
was
there was a
like
light bulb
slight-
underneath the bed. I was like, why?
No, so I pulled it just fine. I pulled it out, went up there, changed it, and then when I went to push it in, I like forcefully pushed the bed, but it's a wooden floor, so I just slid backwards, and both of my legs went under the TV unit, and I was just like against the wall under my TV console.
I love the
That's the
difference between
saddest.
that story and Blaine saying he could like press 900 pounds back to back.
Yep.
A few months ago, before work from home and everything, I was doing some what do you call it, yard work. I wanted to get a big rock to put in my yard, and let me tell you, I vastly underestimated how heavy rocks are. There's a place you can go to where you can buy big rocks. They call them boulders, but I'm remiss to call them boulders because it's only like this big, maybe.
It's like a baby boulder.
What is that? 3.5 feet tall, maybe. So I go down there and I'm looking around this place, and they have a bunch of rocks like this. I'm like, that's the one I want. And so I go into the office and I'm like, hey, how does this work if I want to buy one of the rocks out there? Do I like bring it to you or do I put it in my car? How does that work? And he looked at me like I was the stupidest person in the world. And I realized why, because he's like, no, we have someone with a forklift who goes and picks it up for you. They'll weigh it and then they'll load it for you. I was like, oh, okay. In my head, I was like, how much does a rock weigh? I don't know. The fucking rock weighs 600 pounds.
Dude.
So then I was like, well, obviously I'm not going to put that in my car. I mean, I could have, but so I was like, okay, y'all deliver? He's like, yeah, it's like $20 to deliver it. I was like, oh, for a 600-pound rock? That's a steal. It's like, yeah, $20, I'll pay that. It's like, all right, we'll deliver it. So I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, they're going to send a guy with a forklift again. It's going to be like a whole deal. It's going to be like a team of guys who are going to pick it up and put it where I want. It's one guy who shows up and he's got like a pickup truck with a trailer and the rock is in the back. And I'm like, how are you?
Dwayne Johnson?
I'm like, how are you going to get that off of there? He's like, oh, I'm just going to roll it off into the street right here. I'm like, but I don't need it in the street. I need it over there. And it's like much further away. He's like,
yeah.
Oh, well, you can move it. I'm like, well, no, I can't. So he unloads the rock and it's just like on the curb in front of my house. And it sat there for like a week and I kept trying different things to move it. I would like try to roll it end over end and I just couldn't do it. It was like, because I couldn't get it up on the curb. I was like, I bought this thing off of Amazon that supposedly helps you lift like appliances and stuff, but because it's like an irregular shape, it didn't work.
So you're out there with this like apparatus trying to attach it to a rock.
An exosuit.
They didn't end up helping you move it to where you needed it to go?
No, he left it there. It was there for like a week and a half, and eventually, like my brother-in-law came over, and I was like, "Listen, we got to move this rock from here, like all the way over there." And I was like, "Don't hurt yourself. You know, if it's too heavy, let me know. I'll see if we can invite more people over. We'll figure something out." But yeah, he helped me, and we moved it, and it was the dumbest, heaviest thing I've ever had to lift in my life. Rocks are fucking heavy. It wasn't that big, but it was 600 pounds.
It's also because you can't really get a grip anywhere, right? So it's not even the fact that it's like heavy, but it's awkwardly shaped.
Yeah, it was a fucking nightmare. And then it's like, and then we put it down, and then I was like, oh, thanks. But you know, that's really not how I want it. We need to move it now. So then we had to like flip it over and get it.
Wait, how long ago was that?
Oh yeah, it was absolutely worth it. That was probably back in October, I think. Maybe it was in October.
This October? Or like most recent October?
Last October?
Yeah, that's almost a year ago.
How close were you to calling me? I want to know.
You were my backup plan. If it didn't work with my brother-in-law, I was going to be like, I'm going to get Blaine out here to help.
Who do you think the actual strongest person at Rooster Teeth is, though? Sorry to interrupt you, Gavin.
Wait, who is it?
Who do you think the actual strongest person at this company is?
I genuinely think it was Adam Ellis. I think I'm probably... I honestly don't know. I think it was definitely Adam Ellis for a time. Because Adam Ellis did this fucking crazy thing where he went up to a water cooler, and you know how they have like the big water jugs? I don't know how many gallons are in those things. Probably like 10? I don't know. Anyways, he like went up to it, grabbed it by the top, and just yanked it, and it came up into the air, and then he caught it.
Jesus.
And it was the most athletic thing I've ever seen. He flipped it and just put it on no problem. And like he did it effortlessly. And I was like trying, like I could lift it up, but like even the throw, it didn't nearly get enough like air for me to like then grab it. It was crazy. That guy's stupid strong.
Dude. You might take the cake, yeah. What were you gonna say, Geff?
Blaine was Turney's first choice for moving that DDR machine when it got delivered, right?
Oh yeah. Did I do that?
It just got.
I did that.
I think you did. It just got dumped in the driveway on a pallet, and then the guy drove off, and she was like, "Well, it's quite big."
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I came over. I remember coming over to help move that giant fucking thing.
Why didn't you call Gus?
I'm all about it. I'm too strong. That's the problem. I would have I would have done like Kovic with the water bottle. I would have popped it in the air and then grabbed it, and
that's why you didn't move your. That's why you didn't move your rock, because you didn't want just like a load of gravel.
You didn't want to crumble it.
Of course.
You would have just eviscerated it.
You know those restaurants that have like schemes where it's like, hey, play the 32-ounce steak challenge. If you can eat it in 20 minutes, then you get it for free. That rock place should do that as well, where they're like, if you can move your own boulder, you can have it.
And the
That'd be
boulder's
pretty
not
good.
even that expensive. I think the boulder was so cheap. They charged like by the pound. I don't remember how much it was, but I was like, oh, you can get a lot of rock for not that
It was
much money.
$600.
It was not $600. It
Oh.
was way less than that.
It's just a good marketing scheme. Was this Austin, the place that has the billboard where the lady's sitting in that piece of amethyst or whatever?
No, but let me tell you, I went there. They charge way more for their rocks there. The same rock was like quadruple the price there. I went to a
They're
different place. It was
minerals,
much cheaper.
Marie. God
Yeah.
damn it.
Really?
Isn't
But
it?
yeah,
It's
I
Marie,
went,
right?
Yeah.
I went there and I looked there also.
I bet they have like prettier rocks because they have like the diamondy looking like jewels, and those are like the kinds of places that like ladies that do the crystal worshipping chakra stuff go to. Probably, I probably offended a bunch of people just by saying that.
Speaking
What?
of-
'Cause it's a load of
Dumb.
bollocks.
The Goop followers.
One time I did go there. The first time I ever went into that store, I did overhear two of the employees shit talking someone else's aura. So yeah, I think you are correct, Blaine, in your
What was
assessment of
wrong
that
with their
place.
aura?
They said that some other customer had walked in and had this really negative aura about them and had changed realigned some. I don't know. I was trying not to listen, dude. I don't fucking know.